Welcome back to the arena. I'm Michael Cora. Now, this morning there was a protest outside a chicken factory, I suppose is what you call it, in Toronto. There are peaceful demonstrations that take place here and elsewhere every week, more than once a week, actually. The people there, they object to the way animals are treated. And while some of them have what I think are odd, extreme, irrational ideas, I have to say, and I mean this, that the people I met today, they were honest, generally, they were kind, compassionate, they really, genuinely did care. That doesn't have a mean that I shouldn't ask some difficult questions. Have a look. It's shocking you see creatures treated this way, but I eat meat, not a lot of it, just for health reasons, but I eat meat. I think my shoes are leather. Maybe I'm in the middle somewhere. I want the responsible use of animals, not the abuse. Did you say we can't use them at all?
From where I stand, no. I mean, it's practically impossible for animals to be processed into a commercial product in a humane way in this society.
We shouldn't eat meat, milk, cheese.
If you were to witness the way that milk and cheese are processed from these animals...
Wearing of leather, fur, any cloth from animals?
Absolutely nothing.
What would you say to someone who disagrees with you? Someone who readily eats meat?
I would say, okay, I own 2 bakeries in Toronto, and they are both vegan bakeries. I think they should come out and try food in a different way.
In terms, though, of a hierarchy, do you think there is any? Is a human being worthy, deserving of more rights and obligations than an animal?
I think that people should come out, if they're going to choose to eat meat or eat dairy, they should come out themselves and witness how it's produced.
No, that's the question I asked was, is there a hierarchy? Is a human being worthy, deserving of more rights than an animal?
Absolutely not. These animals are domesticated animals. You would not treat your dog or your cat in the way that these animals are being treated, and they are domesticated animals as well. They're capable of love, they're capable of social hierarchy in their own environments.
Well, all sorts of people are. I'll ask the question again. Is there any sort of hierarchy? If you could choose between the life of, I don't know, a baby, even of me, and an animal, would you have to worry about that, or could you not choose?
Personally, I couldn't. All living things are equal in my books.
So morally, sociologically, psychologically, an ant is as worthy as a human being?
That's for you to decide.
If we could find a cure for AIDS, for childhood cancer, and it did mean experimenting on a small number of animals, should we do it?
I don't know.
We're here for the chickens. We love chickens. They're sentient beings. You know, they're very intelligent, and they deserve love.
I've not read a novel by a chicken.
Oh, no? Have you ever spent any time with chickens? I think maybe you need to spend time with them.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then maybe you won't eat them anymore because they're so sweet.
Do people matter more than animals?
No.
No?
We all matter equally.
You have the Hong Kong ribbon on, and I applaud you for that. It's a wonderful cause.
Yeah.
If the Chinese, God forbid, if the Chinese government shot 500 protesters in Hong Kong, would you feel the same way about that as you feel about what is happening here today?
I'd probably feel a little bit different. We can live healthy and happy without eating any animal products.
Yes.
And I think that, you know, animal products are making us sick.
We've been eating meat for thousands and thousands of years.
Right.
When you say there are health issues, I mean, there are health issues if people are fat, if they smoke or whatever.
Right.
I mean, in moderation, I don't eat much meat.
Right.
I eat more fish than meat.
Right.
But it's not an issue of health. What you're saying is, and I understand there's a moral issue here, you don't think we should use animals in any way, is that right?
Right, yeah.
Okay. If we could feed starving people, still we can't use animals?
Yeah, it's not possible because it requires 16 pounds of grains to produce 1 pound of meat while people are dying of starvation.
And when you say it's damaging the environment, in what way?
In terms of climate change, methane,
Isn't that cows farting?
Yes, that is. So it's unpreventable. What's that?
Kill all the cows?
Well, they're bred...
That's radical. You want to kill all the cows? So you're saying for the good of cows, for example, we shouldn't allow them to be born?
Well, they're not wild. They're bred purposely for food. So, you know...
So don't create them in the first place?
Yes, exactly.
There is, and I'm not accusing you of it, an extremism sometimes in the animal liberation movement. For example, this idea of comparisons with the Holocaust. I think that is so unnecessary.
I think that a lot of people have made those comparisons, including Coetzee, a Nobel laureate from South Africa. He said for animals, it's like an ongoing Holocaust.
I give more attention to my dog than I would to a chicken. I would give more attention to a chicken than I would to a worm. You say we're all equal? The ant, the worm, the chicken, the dog, the person?
I do believe in animal equality.
An unfair question. If this road here, if a car or a truck comes speeding along, and in the road there is a 3-year-old toddler and there is a chicken, and you can only grab one in time, which one do you grab?
Of course, I'll go for the human.
You would?
Yeah.
Well done, because other people here have said they wouldn't. They said, no, everyone's equal.
That's my answer.
So this is Bruce the chicken?
That is Bruce the chicken, and right now I'm drawing Louise.
One of the criticisms we hear is that wherever we stand on animal rights, there are so many other causes. You know, there are Hong Kong and what's going on in the Middle East now, and the whole pro-life movement, and the animal cause is an easy one because they're cute and they don't spit in your face and they're cuddly.
I think a lot of what brings me towards the animal rights causes is a lot of also workers' rights. I think like capitalism, consumerism, a lot of the problems that stem from that. The animals are one of the first ones that get victim to it. Humans as well too. It's all a problem. It all needs to be addressed. And just because there's bigger problems doesn't mean you ignore the little animals too.
So workers have a right to eat meat?
I mean, when your rights are infringing on another person, that's when it really...
It's not a person,
or
though.
another being.
Chicken or...
Another being. That's when you really have to question where does your freedom impact something else.
Yeah.
Right?
So. Let me emphasize again, though, most of them lovely people, and I think their heart is in the right place, and nothing is tasty. A nice bit of heart, with a few vegetables. And